Welcome back to the Property Beat. We'd like to remind our listeners that if you have a question that you'd like to ask our guest today, Rocco, you can simply call us at 347-989-0439. So now we have to know. You baited us, and you told us that Joe Namath is, on board, and you told us the story about 40 years ago, and I'm just curious. Now, did you have to offer him like a year's supply of pantyhose or buy him a fur coat, or how the heck did you get him on board?
Whoa.
How did you get him?
Another good question. A friend of mine that I went to high school with is now a agent in Las Vegas. And we did a focus group to decide who to try to hire as a celebrity spokesperson, because that's pretty important. And the name Joe Namath kept coming up, mostly from my sisters, who were big Joe Namath fans. And my mother, and my wife. So I called my agent friend. His name is George Picararo. And I said, George, I'd like to try to get Joe Namath. And he said, all right, let me work on it. About 2 days later, George called me back. He had gotten a hold of Joe's agent. His name is Jimmy Walsh. Jimmy got on the phone with me. We talked a few times, and then he had Joe call me. And we all met for dinner in Boca Raton, Florida, and we sat down for 2 hours. I had my entire family there. And by the time we finished, Joe had everybody in my family in his pocket. I had no choice. And Joe agreed graciously to come on board, and it's been a terrific affiliation. As I said before, he's just a very kind man. I really like him a lot, and I didn't expect to. I thought he'd be some stuck-up personality. The man is just the opposite. So that's how we got him.
That is
wow.
Just
I don't want to let this pass by, but Jonathan, did you notice Joe, Jimmy, Mad Dog, and Rocco? What is going on?
Exactly.
Oh, whoa, okay. So if our listeners want to find out more about what you're doing there in Saddlebrook, they want to come out and visit you on a Saturday morning, how do they find out about this thing? Where do they go? Who do they call?
Okay, you got two choices here. We have a toll-free number coming in to our office in Boca Raton, Florida, that does all our scheduling. They'll call our toll-free number, which is 888-335-5263, or they can go to our website, which is an interactive website, which is Saddlebrook, SADDLEBROOK.com. So that's visitsaddlebrook.com, and all of our information is there. You can apply for the trip to come out and spend the weekend with us. We give you 2 nights at a really nice hotel in Cookeville, and you spend the day on a tour, looking at our community, and you have an extra day to tour the area. Go to Cookeville, go to Chattanooga. Without us, we're not going to hold your hand for 2 days and only show you what we want you to see.
Yeah.
As I said, it's a big decision. We want you to make an informed decision.
For our listeners in Tennessee, what highway is that off of?
And I was just about to say to him, Rocco, we didn't say you could mention your website or your phone
We're right
number.
off of Interstate 40 at exit 288.
40. Oh, my gosh, that is so much fun. Folks, we'd like to thank our special guest, Rocco Toscano, and all of his cadre of very interestingly named characters for joining us today on the show. Rocco, you've been great.
Guys, I really appreciate it. I also want to thank Glenn Calder from Transmedia for setting this up for me. I've had a great time. I look forward to talking to you guys again.
Yeah, we'll take Glenn to task on this one. Yeah, that'll be good. Thanks.
All right, guys.
All right, Rocco, enjoy your day, folks. Folks,
right.
We're going to be right back. We're going to be bringing you your real estate news for the week as well as questions from you, our listeners. We'll be right back.